morning.
Yes. And what a lovely morning. Good morning.
Good morning. We've talked the whole night through.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. It's great to stay up late. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Alrighty. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Morning Roast. And I'm, of course, Sugar Chris. And with me today is, as always, Mr. Sim.
Hello and good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Morning Roast.
And our main guest here, Mr. Steve Dye.
Good morning, gentlemen.
One of the coolest looking
Gentlemen.
guys around.
Did you put his name on the description of the video?
Well, yeah. I put the campaign and his
Would you look at
Twitter
that
link
being-
and all that.
Would you look at that being professional about this?
What? Of course I do. I always make sure it's set up before we
Oh,
go
it's
live.
true.
He does the best morning show in all of Comicsgate. I think he knows what he's doing, Sam.
Well,
Calm down.
Thank you, Steve. See, someone appreciates me around here.
I was not thinking upon that sugar. I was thinking upon that Chimera that didn't do it on the stream yesterday.
Oh,
Chimera.
that's-
Whoa. Chimera.
No, we can do that if that's what we're doing.
That's what I was doing.
All right. I missed it. I missed the cue. All right. I'll take over from here. Camara, carry me like I carried you last night. Let's go.
Yeah, pick up from that cue. And we have Chimera.
How you doing this morning, Chimera?
No, fine.
Camara's here to pitch my book for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. we
Yeah.
got
See?
we got Soul in the chat who's misspelled roast. He says, "Welcome to the morning Eost, where we fully examine that pocket rocket Die's been working on. Maybe Sugar can use it for picking up hotties at the con." Good morning, Chris, Sim, Steve, and chat.
I like that. Well done,
Oh.
Soul.
Soul says he hates your avatar, Chimera.
Dude, that's the best one he has, though. Don't make him
Yeah.
change it to something else.
No, you don't want that.
Oh, well, he says better now, so he must like this current.
Yeah, this one's acceptable.
Oh,
See,
no,
that's
no,
what I-
Chimera, no.
What the fuck did
damn
you
it.
do?
Dude, you were doing so well.
Chris Fisk as well says, "Good morning to you."
Good morning.
All right. So let's start with Mr. Steve. I'm sure everybody knows who you are, but in case not, why don't you introduce yourself to the audience? Give us some background on you.
Seriously? I'm
He's the real Steve Dye.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm the real Steve Dye. I don't know. If you've bought some Comic Gates books,
You probably edited it.
chances are I worked on them. Not all of them, but somewhere in your stack of books, I worked on one of those, and hopefully made it better. I don't know what else.
I know. I can say you helped make mine better.
Yeah, you've done a lot of editing work, yeah.
Yeah, I worked on Simon's stuff quite a bit. I hope I made it better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I used to race motorcycles. I used to make motorcycle magazines. Then I made jet ski magazines, and then I've done all kinds of other stuff. And I know how to make magazines, and I kind of thought maybe a magazine where I shone the spotlight on some of the most successful creators and campaigns, and then also maybe diffuse that spotlight just a little bit and cast it off to also showcase some people that I would like to have, that I think more people should see their work. And I think it's really difficult to keep abreast of everything that's out there. And I'm not claiming that I can do it all by myself by any means, but that's the general idea of what I'm trying to do. How was that for an elevator pitch? It was pretty random, wasn't it?
That works.
I'm Steve Dye. I've been making magazines and media for a long time, putting out 120 pages. Actually, it's over that now, for like $20, and hope people will buy it so that I can make more of them. If you don't like this one, I'll do better next time.
So you've got plenty of experience making these sort of magazines.
Yeah,
Then
I do.
Yep, they're experimenting, and he's a great editor to work with. I think it's a blast to work with him, and all I hear from other people that work with him is the same. Other than that, he's a bit grumpy, but you get used to it. And the experience is magazine when he puts your magazine your comic together, it shows.
oh gosh dang it, didn't turn that off.
And I couldn't wait for this project to be launched.
Those are very kind words, Sam. That's your cue, Kamara. Now's where you jump in and say something pithy and dry.
I do agree that he is grumpy.
See?
Out of all that, just the
Yeah.
grumpy.
Come on! I had to put that in there. It's
Yeah, that's true.
okay. We should change your nickname from the real Steve Dive to the Grumpy Steve.
Ooh, I
You
like
can,
that.
you can do whatever you want. I don't care.
He's one half of
Pay
the
attention.
man.
Edited by Grumpy Steve.
It would be Chimera. Oh, Pale Rider's here. Oh, good. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I seen you've invited some important people, Pale Rider. He tagged in Rob Liefeld, Gal Gadot, and Robert Downey Jr.
Why the fuck would Robert Downey Jr. show up here?
He does that all the time.
He does it constantly. I don't know why he does. We got Tompa. Hello, sir. One of the best Twitter promoters around.
Like the other day, the post while I was
Oh,
about indie comics, right? He says indie comics, then you hashtag Marvel, DC, Dark Horse.
I like me some Tompa. Hell, bro.
Hell, Dumpa.
Oh yeah.
You said this was like how many pages? 120? Is that you said?
That was my cap, but it seems to be bursting at the seams just a little bit.
So
this
they just
is-
say 125 plus pages.
Yeah. I'm allowing. Excuse me. I've got the some previews of some upcoming work, and it'll be the first time, I guess, that it'll see print. It's not necessarily, I don't know. That's a tricky subject. I've got some previews, and I'm allowing some of the independent creators that are involved in the project. I'm giving them all the lead time that I can give them, So, and in some cases, they're giving me a couple extra pages. I'm like, God damn it. And then
That was me.
Sim would be one of the above. Sim needs to, yeah.
Sim doing more than
I
necessary.
have a certain number of pages and agreements with people that, I want the best stuff they've got just before I have to hit the button to go to press. And, I've got their interviews and the cover excerpts and all that other stuff. But there are some pages allocated for, Narwhal's got a, man, I wish I could pronounce this. Nostafro? What's the German vampire goddamn movie?
Nosferatu.
Nesferatu.
One of these days I'm gonna figure that out. But yeah, I've got a pretty substantial bit of that from Narwhal. That grew a little bit. And I'm not going to tell him no. Some really cool pages. Anyway, et cetera, et cetera. I could ramble on and on. I mean, there's previews from fucking Chimera in there. There's an excerpt from his Testament series, and Simon, of course, is in there, and the Diaz brothers are in there. Vault Cobalt is in there. Who am I forgetting? I don't know. There's a bunch of dudes in there.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is a lot like, I guess, similar to that Wizard magazine that people always talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's probably the thing that it's closest to. And I really, really liked Wizard. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean,
I never got to read it.
I thought Wizard was interesting, but only half of it because the other half was a price guide type of thing. Or
Well, yeah, I didn't care so much about the back of the book, but I really
yeah,
liked having the insight into the creators and allowing me to like put together the person with, I mean, I already knew what my tastes were in comics. I knew which artists and which writers that I liked their work, but I didn't know who they were.
and
I
it
didn't
was
know anything about them. And most of all, that's kind of one of the entryways. There were a lot of other books that I came to enjoy more. I really liked the stuff that Roy Thomas did with Alter Ego. But there were a lot of books back then, that magazines essentially, that talked to the guys that made the comics. The guys that made the sausage. How is it done? And I like how it's done as much as I like the final product for the most part. In
that's
case of
how.
sausage, I probably like the final product a lot, but I don't really want to know how it's done. When it comes to making a comic book or writing a novel or making a movie, I don't really have any aspirations particularly to make a movie, but I'm fascinated in how it's done. And I actually do know quite a bit about how you make a comic book. And doing this, I don't want to get on the soapbox too long, but I got to talk to Art T. Bear very directly about his creative process. I mean, he was incredibly gracious with his time. Uh, the vast majority of everything we talked about is on the cutting room floor. But when you get to spend 3 hours plus talking to Art about his career, you wind up with some really prime cuts, you know?
Mhm.
So, you know, John Malin, Art, um, you know, Donald's a bit of a pain in the ass, but Donald was very gracious with his time. And, I mean, I know more I've worked with Donald on a bunch of different projects here and there. Um, but we were able, this time it was like this one-on-one conversation where I was able to take the very best of it and put it out there. So I think that'll be of interest to people that want to know how the sausage is made. I dare say that I wish more people seemed interested in it because I'd like to sell a few more of these. But,
Mhm.
that's a bit of a tutorial right there from Phil Diaz about how to do panel layouts, how to lead the reader's eye,
Okay.
and he talks about how it's based a lot on. Sim will have this, and my filing cabinet drawer is stuck, but the guy that did Swamp Thing in the '80s was like Simon Bissett or Bissett. Who am I thinking of? So,
Simon Bennett.
yeah. So that's who Phil actually references. What first brought his attention to what makes a comic interesting. And maybe I'm being redundant, but that makes for interesting reading to me, at least. And it's this kind of thing. If anybody's listening that likes that kind of thing, yeah. There's also a little tutorial with Eric Weathers on don't make these same stupid mistakes that drive Steve crazy. Every book that he freaking looks at, because people don't know about crossbars and personal pronouns and whatever. Just quit it. So he was kind enough. We had a fairly entertaining conversation. He's like, "Well, what do you want?" And I'm like, them 6 or 8 things that make you slap your forehead. He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Just let's just inform people out there and make both of our lives easier." So I've got that. I've got a drawing thing with Doodle, and and a lot of these things that are things that if I was able to do more than the idea is to do these things essentially every few months, and I think there are a lot of people out there that I would like to feature, and all of this would rotate, of course. You
Mhm.
know, I'm not bringing Pat Maxton on staff to draw the drawing tutorial.
But that's one
Well,
of the things that
I could,
that's what
but yeah.
that's one of the things that I like from Wizard is that you would always get like Crash Course. You had Greg Capullo for a while giving you his pointers on comics. Then you would have Schultz. Like you would get different people way of working. Like you would have a Frank Miller interview explaining how he writes, his way of doing it. Same thing with how Jeff Darrow layouts his stuff, and
Yeah, I do
that's the
like
part
the
of
whole
Wizard
tips and
that
tricks. I like that.
Like
Nice.
I still have the pages of the Crash Course and the Bart Sears courses ripped out of the freaking magazine in my.
Oh, you ripped them out. You ripped them, you heathen.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
ripped them up
what a
You just threw the
savage.
rest
and I
of it out.
stapled them together to make my own little book.
Dude,
Yeah.
Ew. Why
No.
would you do that, Sam?
You keep the whole magazine and maybe you put one of them little posty things on there.
Nah.
Oh man.
There's too many page of worthlessness in there. I just ripped those out, kept those throughout the magazine.
All right, we're moving on. We're just going to gloss over this part of the conversation.
Ignore this happened.
I'm going to snap. If we go any farther down this road, I'm going to
What?
snap.
You don't want to hear somebody tell you the same story in like 20, 30 years going, hey, remember that Rocket magazine? I still have those pages I ripped out of How to Draw Comics.
I got
I'd
pages
be
5.
outraged.
Sim's like, yeah, I got page 25, 37 up on my wall.
Yeah. I'd be outraged. You did what? Yeah, something like that.
Oh man. Yeah, as somebody who I kind of want to learn to write comics and do all that stuff, but like I get writing novels, but comic books, it's like a whole different thing, and I'm just like, oh man. So the tips and tricks thing, I think I certainly am interested in, because that's something I'm a little intimidated by.
The thing is there's a lot of ways to write a comic book for sure, but there's also a lot of analytical factors that can be somewhat lost on some who set out to do it. And you've got a certain structure, and that structure is informed by both, using a relatively conventional storytelling device by like having, say, 3 acts or something like that, But there's also the physical constraints of how many page signatures are you going to do? How many pages should the book be? How many pages can the book be? And where should the act break in terms of page count? I don't know. I'm getting pretty far out in the weeds there, but there's a lot of room for discussion there. And, back on target a little bit, me and Art talked about that. I talked about that with Malin. We talked about how do you go about making your comic book? What do you start with? Where do you go from there? And I don't know. There again, I think it should be of interest to people that are not necessarily even interested in doing it, but that are maybe at least interested in how it's done. We'll find out. So far, it's not so good. I mean, everybody out there, by all means, it's like $20 plus ship. It's going to be big and thick. Just buy one. For fuck's sake.
All right, let me check. Let me check the chat real quick here. Oh, we got Hex on with us. Hey, Hex.
Yep.
He says, "Hi, Di."
What's up, Hex?
And he also said that that you might have been talking about Stephen Bissett.
Oh yeah, it says Stephen Bissett.
Yeah, that's what I was reaching for. Thank you, Hex. I'm old. My filing cabinet drawers get stuck sometimes.
So the 12 reasons for baseball. Oh, Marinus is here.
What's
My
up?
people.
That's a good title. 12. Yeah, that's a good title. I might change it.
Taylor says, "How much for a double-page ad for the red dress, Chris?" No, Pale Rider. No, we don't need all that now.
Just gonna gloss over that one too.
You definitely, okay. You definitely need to put a red dress press segment in there where it's Chris with his press hat with a red label.
That's probably not happening. We're just gonna gloss over that suggestion and move on.
Guys are so square.
Yeah, Steve, I don't need a red dress Chris in his book. Sorry, Pale Rider.
I don't know. You got Ethan there in a red dress.
I think you'd have to pay him a lot to get him to do that. Soul's telling me to stop showing off my PJs like that in the free chat. Pale Rider is getting all fussy over here.
Hmm.
Oh, Lord. Oh, dear. Yeah, so to get one of the books is, you said $20 plus shipping. Pretty good.
Sorry, Soul Lion. Just he's promoting, going, just buy one. Rocket. The Comic Escape magazine.
That's my
Buy
pitch.
one.
Yeah. Thank you, Soul. Yeah, that's
Here's his new line. Just buy one.
yeah.
Enough said. That's what you should do now. Rocket. Just buy one. Enough
Just
said.
buy one. That's all I'm asking. Buy one. I think you'll like it.
I bought
And
one.
if you do like it, maybe I'll make another one, and maybe buy that one too. Again, it's going to be pretty thick, and it's going to have some bite-sized entertainment for you. Some of it's a full meal.
Now we've got, let's see, so the featured tier gets you the book, the poster, badge kit, and a shirt. Oh, that's cool. What's the shirt look like? Is it
It's the
just
cover that
the
everybody
cover?
bags on. Yeah, it's an image of the
Okay.
cover everybody bags on, bro.
All right. Then we get the single issue for 20. And then for international folks,
That's where I'm at.
Rocket Plus Mission Badge Kit. Okay.
I don't see a digital copy in there.
Poster.
Dude, I know. We can argue about it on the air if you want. That'd be more
I know.
entertaining than going through the tiers. We don't need to do all of that. I mean, this is.
I still think you should have a digital copy there, and that's why I'm bringing it up.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean,
Okay,
one
people
or
in
two
the
in the
chat,
chat or whatever.
If you guys agree with me, just put F in the chat that you should have a digital.
This is the reliable morning show that includes some of the cognoscenti of Comicsgate in the chat. I'm not actually looking at the chat, but yeah.
I'm not shopping, Soul. I was trying to promote.
And
I,
Soul just put F sim.
Good job, Soul. Good job.
I
take that
appreciate
for a
your
vote,
efforts,
yes.
Chris, but it's excruciating when people do that whole let's go through every tier, so I don't want to subject anybody to do that, let alone myself.
Chris
I mean, it's
said,
over there. You can get the book for $20. For another $5, you can get some stupid stickers. You can put them on something. I don't know.
yeah,
What do you want? Everybody wants. I don't know.
you should put a digital copy for $15. That's what I think.
I'm trying to avoid the digital argument for a minute.
And
It comes with some stickers. It comes with a poster. It depends on what you want. I don't know. I'm a book guy. I don't really. I realize that a lot of people want that aspect of it, but a lot of people are like, we need a dozen trading cards, one of this and one of that, and this. Just like I'm just trying to put out a good little magazine at the best price that I can offer it at this time. I could work my way down to $15. Some people would buy the damn things. So, yeah, I don't know. Enough of that rant, but yeah.
So Chris Fisk is calling the digital copy, aka the Australian variant.
Yeah. I mean, it makes perfect sense in every way, other than
one, it's cost effective. You're not paying anything, and it's for people that can. It's more for people that cannot buy the physical. They would like to not miss out. That's how I see it now.
I think it's probably a small matter to anyone who is involved, but man, I don't want to get off on a tangent here. There's a lot of moving pieces to doing a magazine. There are several people that have their work in there, and some of them, even if it's already seen work, but particularly if it isn't work that's already been seen, are not I will probably make a digital product available after the printed orders have been fulfilled. And then that will eliminate kind of like some of the, people have their own reservations. And again, there's a number of creators that are allowing me to have things that I don't think too many people have seen, on the agreement that will be published at a certain time. So maybe once, and yeah, it's also old school that I want to be a print guy, and so I want to print these things. And I really appreciate anybody who wants one in print because they're kind of like me, where I mean, I'll read stuff digitally, but it's not the same. It's just not the same. So one of these days, how about that?
Creators Outlet says late. Yeah, yes, you are Creators Outlet, but we're still glad you're here.
Yeah, Creator Outlets also go. Why does Steve Dye look like Greg the Hammer Valentine?
I'll take it. It's all right.
Hey, Greg, that route time's pretty cool.
Yeah, I can handle it.
Let's see. F. Danny. Oh, if Johnny Cage was here, he'd stand up for Danny.
What did Danny do again? And who's Danny?
Danny is against the Crack Pack.
Oh,
over there. It's like a doll. So now everybody says F. Danny. But,
well, let's go, Brandon.
Chimera, why do you always sneak into these shows and then never say anything?
Yeah.
You do this every so often.
Yeah, well, WTF, Camara?
There you go. That's camera for you. He even did that on one of his own streams, leaving me and Canales on.
Damn Chimera.
He doesn't say anything on his own show.
I know, he just gets people there, pokes at them, and then hope that it's going to fill the show. Chris Fisk is answering me going, Danny is a puppet of color that is anti-fun. And Creator Outlets like freaking Canadians.
Chimera is such a creeper.
You have no idea. But,
digital makes sense for international buyers since for them it's already $50.
But SOS is one hell of a good book.
Yeah, he's got that going for him, I guess.
I really like SOS.
Oh, Chimera. Oh, what a trip. Who's E.J. Morgus? That name sounds familiar.
The guy that's doing the other art for the Cyberfrog.
Oh, okay.
The first guy that Ethan recruited to draw some extra stuff for Cyberfrog stores.
Oh.
That's who E.J. Morgus is, and he's also the guy that was doing some layouts for the people.
Oh, okay. He did work for Phil and Brandon.
In the beginning, yeah.
Sam Bolt. Yeah. Eric Weathers. Yeah, there's some pretty big names here. And some cool fellas.
And we're all having an interview, putting some samples in it. It's gonna be great, dude. Get on it.
All right, so let's see. Creator wants to know the lowdown on this book.
Steve, you're muted.
Steve's just done with us.
He's like, fuck this shit. I got rid of camera. I'm done. I am spent.
You guys wear me out. What's the lowdown? The lowdown is that this is magazine that hopefully would be pretty much quarterly, although we need to get this first one selling a little better first to make that a little more feasible, with a rotating cast of very successful campaigns on the spotlight and some other campaigns that needs more spotlight interspersed, so that we've got big and small creators. There's a lot of talent in Comicsgate. Some of us are quite interested in how this is done, and if you're interested in how it's done, whether you have aspirations to do it or whether you just really enjoy it as a hobby, that's what it is. It's a magazine about that.
Yeah, so that's it's a raises everybody up kind of thing.
I prefer to think that, I mean, there's a lot of evidence that Comicsgate is, in fact, that bucket of crabs. But I still choose to, arbitrarily and willfully, perhaps, choose to believe that a rising tide lifts all boats.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Soul says, drawing dames with doodle bags sounds like a must read to me. And
I was quite specific.
Chimera left, so I changed my damn vote to an up.
All right. Sweet.
Well, whatever
Benefit.
works. Chimera's sacrifice was not in vain. Yeah, it would be nice to read that Archie Bear one. And these tips and tricks, I think, on how to write and different things like that, I think would be nice, because that's not something that you seem to get as much with the YouTube videos and stuff.
Well, I mean, some people will tell you can get all you need from YouTube or from the internet, and I don't know, maybe you can, but I don't know. I'm certainly, I like the idea of tutorials, and I like distilling it down to these are the most, I don't know, giving some people some building blocks in a physical form. I can only draw a pretty good Snoopy on this doghouse.
Mm-hmm.
So, I never really had, but yeah, I'd totally check out Brutes and Babes and Wizard, and I found it really interesting how each artist approached what he did. I didn't have any personal aspirations for doing that, but I thought it was really interesting. And,
Mm-hmm.
It's, I've worked on, I don't know, 30 or 40 of these Comicsgate books now. I don't really know. And every single one of them is different because you have a different set of creators and you have a different creative process, and how those creative processes intersect also makes it different, and there's some things that kind of reoccur that are more or less known commodities, but there's a lot of ways to approach it. And I don't know, I find that crap interesting. You want me to tell you? If you don't buy my book. Comicsgate.
No, Steve, don't say that.
You don't say that.
Crusoe says, how much longer is this running? Well, I don't know. As long as we want it to.
Yeah, it's God almighty. How long are
Dang
we-
on.
I think he's talking about the campaign.
Oh,
campaign.
I thought he was going after us on the stream. Like, dang
I thought he was like, let's wrap this up.
yeah. Dang, Cruise Alan. Jeez. He just
Wow,
started.
you guys are sensitive this morning.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, Wednesday is a day of decision.
Yeah, it says it's
30 days is up on Wednesday.
Yes.
I am reluctant to extend it at all. If I do, it'll probably be a short duration of time. Because again, the whole idea is that it's essentially ready for print. The only variable in that is a couple of artists, looking at you, Sim, who I'm giving a little leeway to finish up something slightly different than what I've got. But if they don't get it in, by God, it ain't like I don't have pages from them already. This fucker's going to print. So
Yeah.
I don't know if that was an effective sales pitch, but I don't know if I'm going to extend it or not. So it runs till Wednesday.
Okay. So to be safe, you wanna back it before those 3 days there. It says up. Back it before Wednesday, people. If you
That'd be
wanna-
good. That'd be encouraging.
Yep. Like, give him an extra push to extend it a little bit.
Yeah, let's motivate Steve here.
I'm pretty motivated. I thought that it would do a little bit better than it has.
So almost ready to print, just waiting for Sim Rocket, the Comics Game magazine. My
Yeah.
stuff's done.
Blame Sim. It always works.
Sim's not officially holding me up. I'm just using him as a scapegoat
Yeah.
because it's convenient.
And we always like to play it around with it, Hashtag
Well,
blame
yeah.
Sim.
Yeah.
Like Sugar can be late, and I'm the one that getting blamed for it.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it is me, and I don't get blamed for it.
You could
That's
say
the best
that,
one.
but-
When it is my fault, it's not.
That's basically it.
So Creator Al is like Sim dragging ass again. Come on, Sim. It's not TFNW. You mean Tales from the Nadverse? But yeah, no, my stuff's ready. I'm just doing some little touch up to the lettering. The stuff is in the drive.
Yeah, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I got the pages sitting there. Well, they're not just sitting there. They're actually already filled with other files of yours that I have that I will just be like, okay, screw it. Guess we're running this. But no pressure.
But like I told you, there's 2 samples you could put in there.
I know there is. I'll be right back, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Yeah, it's got previews in it of books. It's
Yep.
got I like the idea of the little tutorials and stuff. That's pretty
Mhm.
cool.
I'll just say that it's one of the reasons why I colored the first pages of the Mona. Let's leave it like that.
And,
So
Yeah.
hashtag blame Canada. Nah, don't blame Canada. Blame Sim.
let's see.
Sim is greater than Canada at this point.
And it certainly looks, well put together.
Yep, dude. He knows what he's doing. Like if you look
Mhm.
at, he's the one that also helped me with Red Label on Indie Comic Showcase. He knows how to put a book together. Like he is an editor.
Steve ain't no dummy.
Nope. Like having him as my editor, I don't have to worry about what my book's gonna look like. We talk about the view, and usually when he comes back with the project, you're like, dude, that looks awesome.
Dang it.
But Canada also has to do. I know, that's why I'm telling you.
Oh no, not today.
You don't call Canada anymore. You just call it Sims Country, and that's it.
Dang it, Chimera, why'd you leave?
Yeah. I thought we were going to have fun with Chimera, and then he just.
Yeah, and then he left us.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's probably fighting with his dog.
How rude.
could be. I'm definitely fighting with my dog.
Remember when
Not
his
at
dog
all.
used to attack him all the time on stream?
Yeah. Here's out. It says, "Damn, EJ can draw some great tatas."
Yeah, right. I've got that thing like 600 DPI, 11 by 17. It's a glorious thing.
Want to hear a funny thing? Why I always think it's funny when somebody uses tatas? Because in French, tatas means idiot.
Oh, really?
When you're calling somebody a tata, means he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, but nobody cares about French.
Yep. But the French cares.
Let's see. Oh my, man, I'm not feeling good.
But you're still keeping on trucking.
Yeah, I felt rough yesterday too when I went and did that Pathfinder stream with Irene and them. I felt like poop.
What's the badge that you mean, Steve? badge, does that mean like a patch, or you mean
They're
like
just
a pin,
stickers.
a sticker?
I'm calling them badges because it's a mission badge. You know, it's based on Apollo space mission type designs and stuff. All those guys, every mission had a different patch. You
Oh,
know,
cool. Yeah.
so it's that kind of idea. So if in fact there are subsequent issues, each one will have a different.
Are they gonna be? I hope. Are you gonna make them on vinyl, like with like me and Phil do with our stickers?
Yeah, exactly like you would feel good. In fact,
Because like that, people can put them on their windshield of cars and stuff like that, having all their missions. Do. Oh, yeah, that's cool. That's a good idea. I like it.
yeah. Well, I don't. You know, again, the collectibles thing is difficult for me to really wrap my head around. I know a lot of people like having the big bag full of stuff that comes with the book. I'm much more of a I just want the book guy. Um, and you know, to a certain extent, there's also I don't know if I want to get into this.
Well,
One thing that I don't want to do is like leverage other people's. Um,
Let's see.
there's a reason that I don't have Cyber Frog and Black and White and Brutus on the cover because those things don't belong to me. And there was a suggestion from a prominent member of the community that that's what it needed, but none of that stuff belongs to me. So
and Soul Iron saying, Sim, the French are the only ones who care. It starts with an idea of world colonization and ends up with a white flag. I'm going, you really want to be talking about that, Soul? Germany's known for world domination and ended up with a bullet to his head. I don't know.
what the hell's going on?
Hey. The French were pretty dang good until like what, like after World War One. Then they kind of went to crap with military.
Yeah,
Napoleon. They were really good in World War One. Like they're pretty good fighters. Even in World War Two, the only reason they got screwed was because of the whole Hitler, Nazis pushing through like Belgium and shit.
mm-hmm.
How the hell did this come up again?
Because
So,
the French care. Because you guys took fun about French people. And, Soul likes to make fun about French people. I just think,
Soul's gonna be very upset we're defending the French.
He's like, Sim, I'm talking about the language, not about war, you maniac.
That makes sense.
Well, yeah, the French language is trash.
That's why you use a lot of it, right? Like a je ne sais quoi.
I don't use that. What are you talking about? I don't even know what that means.
You don't?
No. Do I look like I know French, Sim?
I don't know. I heard you speak some French trying to, translate some part of your gun the other day. And you got it pretty good.
I speak.
Fusil means gun, by the way.
Fusil, yeah.
Revolver.
I couldn't remember if it meant gun or hunter. Whatever.
And Creator Outlets goes, I did not see that coming. I did not see that coming. I sounded like Soul Lion for 5 seconds.
I have to wash my ears after this. All this French talk.
Just shut up and eat some French toast.
That's something I need to read. I need to
I'm
read
fine
the
with the French. It's Canadians that give me a fucking headache.
I don't know why people are trying to say that I'm French. It's make up your mind. I'm either French or I'm Canadian. Fuck. Can't be both. Can I?
I think you can.
Yeah, you can. Sure.
When you're born in
Quebec,
right?
Yeah.
Isn't that why they call it French Canadian?
Yeah.
Quebec will have some problems with you if you say otherwise.
Creator outlet saying I really like the editor of the magazine, and Chris was going Canuck. Yep, Canuck. Welcome to Canuckistan.
I need to go read those black and white floppies I got the other day from that con.
And Dem straight soul line and goes, it can be both, and even kilts. Yes, kilts too, because we're that fucking manly.
I don't. How do we get all xenophobic and shit? What's going on here? What did you? You mean you picked up some vintage, like image era Mark G. Bear black and white?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got the original series, yeah.
Yeah. I
Oh,
need
that's
to
pretty
read
cool,
them
dude.
because I haven't ever read them before. I had, I think, 2 copies from back when I went to that Bubba Fest back in the day, but I never got to. And since I didn't have all the series, I didn't read them. So now I have the whole series, and I need to get on that. See how they were.
Yeah.
Because I've always heard talk about them, but I've never got to actually sit down and read them.
Yeah, I've got a few from back in the day, but yeah, I don't have easy access to my long boxes at this point. But yeah, art's something else, man. Art's a legend.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've never been disappointed by art's work. Who did this Ethan piece here? You know, Steve?
What Ethan piece?
The Caesar one there, I think.
Yeah, where he's like holding Cyberfrog there.
Oh yeah, I'm behind on the screen thing. That's a. I'm gonna screw up how to say his last name. It's Igor Bodnar. Bodnar. Igor.
Bugnar.
Yeah. Great dude.
Oh,
Cool
okay.
dude.
I see it there. Igor Bondar. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
never heard of that fella, but that's a nice looking piece.
He does a lot of really great fan art. A lot of it. Yeah. And, yeah, he's a good dude. He's in the chats all the time. And then the thing on the other side is a Jay Potts thing. And I do have. So, Jay Potts, I don't know, in the aftermath of a launch string kind of gone sideways, he did a piece where there's Cyberfrog and black and white characters, and they're on rockets, and called it the Spirit of CG. And I'd already made arrangements to use his interior piece that's shown right here.
Mm-hmm.
But I naturally love that piece, and so I reached out to him and made arrangements to purchase it. And I'm going to use that somewhere. I think what I'm going to do. What do you guys think about this? I'm going to put it on the back, and it's got the logo and everything. And then, if you don't like the other cover, just turn the damn thing over. Maybe I'll do that.
Well, that could be pretty good. What do you think, Tim?
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
You guys don't seem that enthusiastic. We'll just gloss over that and move on. Go ahead and edit that.
Well, I
Go ahead and edit that part out, Chris.
I was thinking maybe either that or like a print or something, but
Yeah, a print would be cool. Like comic book size print, like people can keep with their bag and board, or the magazine size, whatever.
yeah, either one works
Mm-hmm.
for me. Yeah, this Jay Potts fella has a interesting looking style.
Yeah, he's quite accomplished. I
Oh,
really
is he?
like what he does. I mean, that's very, parody oriented and this and that.
Mhm.
But yeah, the other piece that I've got from him is, it's pretty much on model. So he's a really talented guy.
Let's see, what's everybody saying? They're still talking about kilts. Apparently, Soul says, "Don't worry, I keep a distance. Don't want to get flashed again." So you got flashed by a man in a kilt?
No, because he's answering to a creator outlet. He goes back away from the kilt, Soul. He's like,
Yeah, Soul got flashed by a man in a kilt.
that's the point of a kilt.
So says to me something. What's this say, Sim?
Technically, he has an extra R that shouldn't be there because it says jouer la bande annonce. Technically, what he's trying to play the promo video.
Oh, okay. And Tompa says that Potts is really good. And he says there are really good cartoon style guys in CG too. Yeah, all right.
Yeah. Jay Potts is the shit.
I'll go ahead and I'll play this video then.
Well, really? All
Do you
right.
have the
Soul
audio?
says
Nobody
Soul
gets the
says-
metaphor. Nobody gets the metaphor in any of this.
Let me reshare it then. The audio, make sure.
You can
Okay.
play it, and I'd like to talk about how nobody gets the metaphor.
I never watched the video, to be honest.
We meet in an hour of change and challenge, in a decade of hope and fear, in an age of both knowledge and ignorance.
We have ignition. We have liftoff. We have liftoff.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Surely the opening vistas of space promise high costs and hardships, as well as high reward.
Apollo 8 Houston, trajectory and guidance look good, over.
I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal.
Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
It's nearly excruciating.
There we go. Why do you say that, Steve?
Nobody gets the metaphor. I don't think anybody gets the metaphor.
Well, explain it then.
It's like a joke, man. If you have to explain it, it's not even.
What do you think? Do you know it, Sim?
Nope.
All right, so I ain't
Let
gonna
me-
make a video where I'm doing another stupid voiceover because doing my stupid Marlboro Man fucking voice fucking deal, or I try to.
I get the reference to the launch of the rocket with the CG launching
Even the
first
cover
one in
is
space.
actually. I asked Donald to do it in a Darwin Cook style because Darwin Cook did the New Frontier.
Mhm.
It's been 15 or more years since that happened, and rest in peace, Darwin. But I really liked how that book combined all the Silver Age lore of DC that I was very familiar with a kind of contemporary approach to what it meant to be an American during the space race era. And although I am frightfully old, I'm not that old. So, some of this is a bit of surmising on my part, but there was a bit of aspirationalism, I believe, in the country then. And I feel like, here's your metaphor. In about 4 years' time, this Comicscape thing has created kind of a bold new frontier, if you will, for creators and fans to find a way to continue to enjoy their hobby, pastime, aspiration, whatever it may be to them. Or it still happens. So that's the stupid metaphor. Told you it wouldn't be funny, but
what's he saying here?
Soul saying, why? Sim always explains jokes on this show, even though I tell him not to. I think he could give a little backstory.
That's true. Sim does explain all of his jokes.
But sometimes jokes are too clever. What am I to say?
Well, I mean, and a little bit of it was I thought it was a funny idea that, like, let's just launch Cecil into space.
Mhm.
But I don't know. Maybe it's not funny.
So are you saying that Cecil is like the monkey of CG?
Well, I mean, let me think for a minute. Hmm.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, he's more like a circus monkey. He's not just like a regular monkey.
Yeah. So more reason why you would ride the rocket.
Yeah. Dance monkey dance. Yeah.
And he is a funny chap.
So it says Rocket the New Frontier sounds kind of good.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I'll put you in charge of PR.
So is a witty individual.
Yeah, well said. I like it.
The international full kit. That means with everything. The sticker and stuff.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly, but I know it was a pain in the ass. Everybody wanted it.
Badge
Well,
kit,
everybody.
poster, single issue, and class of 2018 T-shirt. Huh. Is there a picture of that T-shirt?
Yeah, it's all over the place up there. It's in all those thumbnails.
Oh yeah, I
There you
see
go.
it there in the thumbnail.
It's just the art from the much maligned cover.
Yeah,
And yet, I've sold a few of them.
it looks pretty solid. I know there's been some where it's like I'll get like the shirt will be like white, but then you can clearly see like the logo will have like a black background or something, so you clearly see the square. I always thought that was kind of weird in the shirts. That
Yeah.
kind of blends in better.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessary. I'm all about wrapping the text around the image, or in this case, wrapping the T-shirt around the image. I don't know. I think it's pretty fun, personally. Some people, everybody's. I got my buddy Donald, who did the cover and the art for Cash Grab, and that's a pretty popular book last time I checked. And I knew part of it was going to involve both talking with and poking a little fun at Cecil. So I don't know. It all made sense at the time. Now everybody's like, how come you don't have enough action on your cover? And it's not really. I'm not going to trot out to judge the book by the cover. It's 120 pages. It's probably 128, 130.
Just keeps growing.
It's going to be a nice. It's going to be a nice thick book that you can take your time looking through and look at a lot of different projects from a lot of different dudes, and also get a little more in-depth view about how some of the most successful campaigns were pulled off and what went into those creative efforts. And there's more super fan art than I've got teased there. I've got, Kier Covington's in there. Damn it, I'm drawing a blank. I might even be looking for one more piece. Yeah, I don't know. Buy it. Just buy the damn thing. How hard is that?
So says EVS's nose on the cover looks a bit like Chris's. Oh, come on now. Nothing can match this majestic beak that I have.
I told Donald, I'm like, like Darwin Cook, but a little like Mad Magazine, but we're not making fun of anybody. We just, everybody should look a little bit heroic. And, I felt like he drew himself as like very self-effacing, just like, hey. And, I thought he drew art looking kind of like concerned, as he should be with this whole affair. And, Weathers is maybe mildly, I don't know. I thought they had I didn't want to take away Donald's editorial license. You know, he drew Malin a little smug. You know, that's Donald's creative decision. It's not mine. So I don't know. Malin says the perspective's off. He's mad that Ethan's taller than him. There's just some artistic license going on. It's a fucking cartoon already. For Christ's sakes.
Yeah, and they were saying that Donald, thinned himself out.
Well, sure. Whatever. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You know, here's a top secret for any aspiring writer, editor, or anybody that wants to hire an artist. He's just going to draw what he wants, and you're either going to be happy with it or you're not. And I was like, looks like cash grab. Should work. It'll be fine. I don't know.
What's he saying?
I thought he did good with the rocket. Well, exactly, Soul Island. Yeah, you know, I mean, quite frankly, that is correct. And I'm probably not going to bicker with Dynamite Comics. And even if I did, I wouldn't be anywhere near as entertaining as Cecil is. You know, I mean, it's that's probably not my forte. I can be grumpy in the background. I can do that. I can help you make your book better. So if anybody out there needs press files done or some copy editing or a little solid feedback, we could talk. But I don't think I'm much of an entertainer. What I'm really trying to do here is just sell you a good widget. Think of me as a guy with a machine shop. I'm making a widget. And I'm thinking you'll be happy with this widget.
So
if you are, then I'll keep making widgets.
Soul is saying EVS nose on the cover looks a bit like Chris.
We already went over that, Sam. Keep up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you know, it is.
Falling behind, Sam. Falling behind.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a very persuasive sales pitch or not, but you know, that's how it is. You know? I've got an ongoing motif in mind, you know. I've got an ongoing motif in mind for both what's on the cover and what's not. And, you know, maybe the reaction to this will have me reassess that somewhat, but I might not either. I'm kind of a stubborn son of a bitch.
Let's see. Ink Spots does good colors.
Mm-hmm. One of the best in the biz.
That's Sam. Ouch. Oh, it hurts.
So you also read Creator Outlet saying that he got something from Steve Rude, right?
No.
Oh, now look who's playing catch up.
No, are you? Oh, you found one that we haven't went over.
And and Soul also said, Steve, you have to bicker with Dynamite Comics to get as popular as.
We already went over that one.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. Respond to
Gosh
that.
dang it, Sam.
If I could be as funny as Cecil or as engaging as Ethan, you know, maybe I'd really fire up the old YouTube show. But you know, I don't know, man. I got an opinion or two about storytelling and you know, this and that, but people I'm certain are already sick of listening to me talk after this previous hour. But I am trying to make a really good magazine, and I have you know,
experience.
was the time that I put out monthly periodicals for large publishers that were distributed nationally and even internationally, and I know how to do this shit, and I know how to put together a entertaining content package if you are in fact interested in the general subject matter involved. You know, in as much as I really love comic books, I'm doing this, but Well, I could put out a really good magazine about machine tools. Do that too. There's probably a bigger market here, although I can't tell just yet. So, once again, there's my pitch. Just back it already. It's $20. You're gonna kill you. Help a brother out. I got dreams too.
And 125 plus pages.
Yeah, something like that.
Sales pitch machines, also.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
And Sol also said, Sim, I'll quote you here. Stop half listening to the show.
Yes. Sim, stop half listening to the show.
Oh, maybe I'm just
not keeping up.
Maybe I'm just not pleased to your reaction to that comment, and I want you to take a second take at it.
Whatever you say, Sim. Whatever excuse you need to make.
Not about machine tool, but back it already. Steve has dreams.
Yeah. Yeah, excellent. So Island's on it.
And don't be shy. If you have suggestions, just send it to him.
Yeah. I'm thinking right now the best thing to do with Soul Island could just start writing my lines for me. And then Chris could put them up and then I could read them. That would be good.
Make everything easier.
That'd be the way to go. Well, as an editor, I'm always trying to streamline the process and make it more entertaining for the end user.
Let's see.
So he's going to have to start his new career as publicist?
Yeah, I could use a publicist for sure. I may have mentioned that stuff wears me out.
Oh, dude.
Look, man, I'm a snarly, mean-spirited, misanthrope son of a bitch. I don't even like you people. I mean, you guys specifically. I love Comicsgate, but I'm talking about you two guys. I don't want anybody to be confused.
I don't even know why I'm on this show.
I don't even like you guys. Batman book.
I kid. I love everybody.
Hex is back.
And Soul Iron just said, Mr. Ghostwriter?
Oh, man. I wonder how Hex's book's doing. I ain't checked that one in a while. Not since we had him on there a little bit ago.
Yeah, he was on Doodle and Chill yesterday.
Yeah, I seen that.
Did some fan art sketch for his campaign. Kind of miss doing that.
Got a little more of a bump. Yeah. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Narwhal's lifestyle advice. Narwhal has a new book out, don't he? I haven't kept up with that. I think he does.
Does he?
Well, he's still moving Earthbound 2 right now. I know that.
Okay.
And yeah, he's got the vampire book coming up, which looks really cool.
Okay. That must be what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, the vampire, yeah. Yeah, man, I got 8 or 10 pages of it that's going into the magazine, and it's pretty cool. Yeah.
So saying Doodle and Chill sounds so lame. I'm sorry. I'm like, is that why everybody's trying to take us the same type of name in there?
What do you think, Steve? Does Doodle and Chill sound lame?
Okay, hold on a sec.
Kind of. I don't know if it sounds lame or not. I can't help but, I mean, it's word association. When I hear doodle, I think of doodle bags, I'm like, oh, that's my boy Pat. And then it's not that, it's something else. I don't know. I think he should be a regular. If you're going to have a name like that, you should probably have him as a regular.
And I'm back. Sorry, had somebody at the door.
Oh, well, then you didn't even hear me messing
Yeah.
with you. Yeah, everything I just
Come
said
on,
was a waste
Sam.
of time.
No,
Damn.
I said sorry. I'll be back. I had to go. I'm
All
sorry.
right, well, I didn't hear you. Everything I
And
just said was just a barb in your direction, and now you don't know what I said, and we'll just have to gloss
Just
over the whole thing.
and I'm gonna have
waste
to watch
Edit that
this.
stuff out, Chris.
everything.
Okay, I'll be back. I'm gonna go watch the stream.
Just edit that stuff out, Chris.
And Soul's going sub to Sim for drawing streams and more. It sounds like Oodle and Noodles too. Nah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get me some noodles after this stream. Actually, I'm
You know,
hungry.
if it's so bad, why is everybody's drawing stream have an alteration of that title?
I'm gonna get me some Alfredo. Yeah, Horror Radio is with us. He says, "What's up, nerds?" Oh, not much. Just looking over Rocket, the Comicscape magazine. Mr. Steve Dye's creation. It looks quite professional. Let's see.
Thank you, Chris. It's very kind.
Yeah, much more professional than what's these streams.
I don't know about all that. Yeah. Nah, man, I appreciate what you do. You do have like the best morning show. And you're always on. You're always featuring somebody else. You know, my own that's kind of what I want to do. You know, I want to keep on making these, and then like I'm full up. I'm not taking any solicitations at this point. But like a Hex Island or somebody like that, I'd love to have a preview of whatever they're working on in some upcoming issue or something like that. I'd like to, just kind of spread it around and have everybody that might otherwise not see these. There was a time. I'm going to digress for a moment. There was a time when I knew everything in Comicsgate, but that time was a few years ago. I mean, more people that get into it. When I put together the Red Label showcase, Sim put it together in terms of getting everybody involved, and then I was the poor bastard that had to turn it into digital print. But there was stuff in there that I hadn't seen before. Maybe not too much stuff I hadn't heard of, but nonetheless, some stuff that like turned my head where I was like, wow, this is really good. I didn't know this would be that good. So, I mean, maybe that's projection, but I think the larger this thing grows, the more difficult it might be able to catch your little piece of the spotlight. And that's, again, something I'd like to continue to do is feature some of the bigger campaigns, some of the bigger success stories, and in turn, try to make some other books a bit more successful.
Mm-hmm. And that's a good reminder to say that he's also the second part of the Indie Comic Showcase, available on Amazon, which is our version of Preview Magazine in a way.
Look at that. Sim coming in, stepping in to shill his stuff when we're trying to shill Steve.
It's not his stuff. It's our stuff.
No,
it's
go ahead,
our stuff. It's
shill the other
complimentary.
thing. Yeah, shill the other thing.
I'm just trying to show that you're doing other things, not just so people get into this. Because you are helping promote a lot of people. You're helping a lot of campaigns with their books, sometimes without even being credited for it.
Yeah, Steve does have a lot of stuff under his belt on notches. Let's see. So says to Sim, if everybody is more lame with their titles than you, does that make you awesome?
Hell yeah. You know what they say about imitation, right?
Hex says Steve should make an independent Western. He's perfect to play a gunslinger.
I'm in. Well, I don't want to make it, but if anybody wants to make one.
There we go. I could see Steve at a table playing some cards, on a Western.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. Yeah.
People would
I think that'd be in. Yeah, I don't know. I think I might have been able to thrive in those times. I had pretty good reactions. I ride dirt bikes and stuff. I know what it's like to work. Yeah.
So saying to Hex to get the rights for a comic to the gun video game and draw Steven. There we go.
Howdy, Terry.
Steve will be in the next Red Dead Redemption game.
We down. Nobody wants that.
So Steve has a point regarding best morning show. Last Friday I had Uncle Ziffer cursing like a drug sailor when he saw you had 3 viewers at a time. It's so unfair. Such a great show. Yeah, well, that's all right. We'll get there one day. We're a slow grower, I guess. No worries. Yeah, the cool people know we're here and watch us.
Yeah, but you have Art that's starting to do his morning stream at the same time as us, and they'll
No
come and
worries.
see our stream after. We get a lot of reviews.
Yeah, it's all good.
Oh shit, is Art on? I gotta go.
Seems like, sorry guys, I just got a link to another stream.
Everybody
Your show's great and all, but I'm gonna go for a better one. But
everybody, you guys just stay in here and watch the coffee show, and then you can watch Art later, except for I think Wednesday. And I think I'm going to be live on Art's morning show. In that case, everybody go over there to Art's show. But for the most part, everybody just chill out.
There's a plane
Stay right
crash.
here.
As long as we don't lose connection, we're good. The plane crashed from very far away.
Man, we got helicopters and shit here. Can't help it.
Oh, he is live, ain't he?
Yeah.
I didn't realize Art actually was live right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
he's
cool.
live. He's live every Monday.
Oh. Huh. That's it. So says Art has just 39 more viewers than us. That's not that bad. Yeah, Art's a big deal. He's got a big name. He's a big name guy. So that's pretty cool that we're not that far below it. And Art deserves those viewers. He's a nice guy.
Man, he's a legend.
Yeah.
I will punch you right in your dog face.
Steve, don't say that. YouTube's gonna be like, hey, whoa.
I didn't realize I unmuted. Sorry. Sorry about that. I'm working out Lucy with the dog. Apologies.
You think he's talking to his dog? He's talking to his friend?
Never talk to my friends like that. Yeah.
Talking to Sim.
Get me those files before I punch you. Yeah, that's pretty much how I get it.
Right.
No, like I'm in Canada, right? It goes
right in your Sim face.
It goes, don't make me travel. I'll write my dirt bike to you.
Still says, can we have Art back again? Oh yeah, we need to do that.
Yeah,
we need to have Art back on. Yeah, I'm trying to reach out to people that we haven't had on in a while and get them back on. But I'd say it's just, excuse me. It's just that, like I said, we've been growing a little, and also since we've been growing a little, people I guess have been noticing us. So I've been getting people in my messages asking to come on and things like that. And then of course I've been, getting people on. So I usually have like a week or two people lined up. But I do need to reach out to him. I've been reaching out to people constantly to get them on in the future. So he's going to be somebody I'll reach out to. Hopefully we can get him back on. Because Art's a fun guy. I'll try not to fanboy so much over him this time.
Art's a great guy. It's it's a little bit difficult. Yeah, he's been very gracious with me with his time for the magazine, for other things, and finally kind of get used to. Holy shit! I'm talking to Art.
Yeah, that's how I was when he first came on. I was like, holy cow, I'm talking to the RT Bear.
There's probably nobody that within my personal, whatever I got laying around in storage or whatever, that's probably the cover credit that's there the most. You know, it's pretty. He has a towering resume, and he's such a down to earth, great guy. So, yeah.
And Soul is saying Chris has gotten popular like a pretty girl in a red dress at school.
Gosh dang it, Soul. No. Don't bring up the red dress. Oh, Lord.
Did we get a bump? Because Steve doesn't know about the red dress story. Right, Steve?
Nah, I don't want to hear about the red dress.
Steve don't want to know about
I
it.
know all I want to know about this red glistening dress. I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, what's up, Christine? Christine Werner just joined us. What's up?
Hey, Christine. Always good to see you in the chat, Christine. Power Rider says, I'll get with you about coming on and telling people. No, there's not going to be a Red Dress Diaries email list, Power Rider. There's not going to be any Red Dress book. If there is, I'll be involved with it. But I doubt there will be. Oh gosh, no, we're not. That's the time for nothing. Somebody. All right. Well, let's see. Let's get him up to. Oh, come on. Let's keep it early. Come on now. Let's see.
So, Steve doesn't want to hear the red dress story, but still back rocket.
Back rocket anyway.
See, that's that. Telling you, this dude, he's on it. He's a good gig in PR. I like it. He keeps doing the spin. Yeah.
Too bad he's not on Twitter.
Yeah. So Soul knows what's up.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't want to be on Twitter.
Nuisance.
That's better than Facebook.
Yeah. It's all a nuisance.
I don't know if that's saying much.
Necessary evils, I suppose. Occupational hazards, perhaps.
Must have been the train.
Always the one.
I think I heard the train carrying on back there. Let's see. Soul says he's antisocial towards social media.
Yeah. I'm with you, bro. Yeah.
No. I hate it, but it's a necessity to promote. But I hate it.
I'll be back. I don't even want to talk about this subject. I'll be back.
Oh man.
So yeah, people, go go back this magazine. You're gonna have a whole bunch of sample of cool stuff that's coming from us smaller creators, and you're gonna get some info from the big guys. So it's the best of both worlds. It's not just about the big guys. It's also about the other ones that that picked up the mantle afterwards. It's wave 1 and wave 2, and
Let's see. Oh, Christine says she only uses Twitter for comic-related stuff, but she steers clear of the drama and got rid of Facebook years ago. Yeah, I do the same, Christine. I use it pretty much just for comics.
Yep.
And I just avoid that drama nonsense. It's to me, it's a waste of time. And I got more important things to do. There's much more positive stuff going on in my life to worry about some silliness that don't have anything to do with me.
Got no time to waste on that drama or people trying to create fights and I don't have time for that. I have better things to do. I got kids to take care of, and I have books, and I have friends, readers, and I'd rather take that time and go play with some of my friends at the Deep Rock Galactic or have fun.
Yeah. I still have Facebook, but it's I got it just for friends that I don't can't see in real life and stuff, and don't have them in other social medias. Hey, Chubb.
Hey,
what's up, Chubb?
Just got
Sir, I've been wanting to get you on in your own show, though. You cut and then you creep in here.
I saw you drop the link, and I was like, "Hey, I'm actually home, and there's time." So I thought I'd just jump on. Just say hi.
I'm putting Sim on the bottom. Get down there, Sim.
See
You
how
don't
it
have
is.
a camera. You don't have a camera. You get on the bottom. How you doing, sir?
Taking people for granted.
All good. All good. Just
Yeah, I seen you had posted in the DMs about coming on sometime. I need to reach out to you, I guess, privately about having you on your own show again, so we can
It's
talk
just-
about Mary Boys.
Yeah, it's just
Ooh.
the time. It's just the timing. I think it's like it's just difficult like that. But yeah, if we organize something, then yeah, I can try and shuffle things around.
Yeah,
So
I'm looking forward to the next Mary Boys. God, that first
Yep.
one's so good. I loved it.
I really like the first ones, and I can't wait for the new ones.
no, cheers, guys. Thanks very much for the support. I really appreciate it. But it's going really well. So yeah, no, it's awesome. It's blown the first one out of the water already. So but
Let me
maybe
sure.
the last time.
Did I? Pretty sure I backed it. Did I? Let me look.
They're gonna find out. No.
I might not have because of
Mhm.
I've been very
Here
I've
comes
been
the
only
SU.
back in like I've only been back in like one book a month, and
how come Mary Boys was not it?
No
'Cause I
pressure. I'm not here to go. Hey,
hey.
look, I ran back from work to tell you back my
Look
buck.
at my contribution.
Yeah, because you noticed he hadn't back it, and I said in a message, you have to come convince him.
Well, I thought I had, but maybe I'm waiting until you come on. Maybe that's what it was. I think I would no. I think what it was I have a list since I'm only backing once a month of things. So I'm backing stuff that's like, almost, over.
It's
You know,
Chris,
trying to catch
just
get everything.
Chris just exposed the secret of the sugar rush. He waits for people to get on the show to back him.
No.
To be honest, I think a lot of YouTube guys actually do that. They want to back a project, and they think, "Hey, I can, I can get a show out of it as well. I can chat about it, and you get like the whole sort of experience out of it. Like, hey, I'm physically making this happen on the show.
Wait. But
So-
multiple Steve dies now.
That's outside smoking, Steve.
Do I remove other Steve?
He's just you leave him there while the other
Okay.
Steve's done
Oh,
smoking.
I
Then he
see.
goes back to the other Steve.
Sorry, I'm actually crashing Steve's rocket party, aren't I? Sorry. Yeah.
No,
I
you're
thought I
not
was
crashing
like, damn it, I know what that is. He looks like Tommy Mark from that angle.
I don't know how I feel about
That's
that.
all.
Oh my!
He's botting out, but he's taking his little stroll, smoking a cigarette. Yeah, this is how our meetings are
Turn my
sometimes.
camera off. That's where me-
Yeah, that's what it was. I haven't backed Mary Boys yet because I was backing other things that were almost, out of
Yeah,
their
don't
campaign.
worry. Don't worry.
Yeah, you say that, but I backed it already, and I reminded you
has,
twice,
yes.
and you haven't.
I backed it already. Look at me.
Yeah, and you're the one going like, I'm all excited about Mary Boys, and
Well, I've got time, Sim.
and I
Calm
backed it
down.
before you. Wow. See who really loves you, Chub.
This is going to become the new red dress.
This is gonna replace the. Did you read the Lost Pages? Did you back Mary Boys?
Tell me about the Lost Pages.
The Lost Pages is that Chris still hasn't read it.
Oh, right.
So every time feels like, did you read the Lost Pages? Nope.
Keep going.
Because you see, he backed like 250 books, but only read 25 of them.
I'm guilty of that too, but that just goes for all comics that I buy these days because I'm just.
But you
I've
drop
read a lot
comics,
of them
it's
books.
normal. He has no excuse.
Couple fight.
I've read more books than you know, Sim.
Yeah.
Hi, Christine.
There's something I always say about artists, but wouldn't be polite, so I won't say
Here's Werner saying Mary Boys is great. Really looking forward to the next issue.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
real cool looking book.
I'm also looking
Yeah.
forward to just getting it
I
finished.
dig that style.
Yeah.
I mean, the other one I like also from the UK is Mortal World.
Mortal Worlds. Yeah.
Michael Landon. Is that who
Michael
that
Landon.
is?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they're working on number 2 now.
I still accidentally
It's
call
gonna-
it Mortal Wounds. Nope,
Nope.
where went Steve?
We lost Smoking Steve.
I think what he wants to do is he wants to do the right thing and actually get it finished before he launches it. Yeah, it's just, but that's to me, there's just too much to do. But well, I don't know. I think. What do you guys think? Like, do you think it's better to finish a book before you launch it? Or
What's
do you
the po-
think,
what-
from a
what-
creator's
Then what's the
perspective?
point of
That's
crowdfunding?
what I was gonna say. What's the point of crowdfunding, Chub?
Yeah. But I mean, if you're like a one-man band and you do everything anyway, like I do. I mean,
It's still the same premise. It's like saying why would you invest finishing a book if you don't know if it's selling? That's the entire idea of crowdfunding, is to know the interest before you create the project.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
And people and people forget, like it's a two-sided thing. Okay, let's be frank here. Having a book ready to go ain't a bad thing, but you're playing yourself. It's like a double-sided thing. Like some people might be interested because it's ready to go, but you're taking away the seeing the book being made, the updates, the being able to be in the book, the growth of it, the people being able to get behind it, and maybe getting the book bigger.
Yeah.
There's different points of it, but the point of crowdfunding is you go in with a project. You go, do you like this project? If you like, get on it, and it's gonna happen.
Yeah. Okay,
So
no, you're talking around. Yeah. No,
And
you're
if you're coming in and going, I don't really need your money, I'm just selling your book. That's how it sounds to certain people. So they're gonna go, well, I'm gonna back other people that actually need me to make the book happen.
Well, that's no good.
Yeah. Well, I guess it is exciting to see like the bits and pieces come together. You post like, hey, I did this bit on this page today, and you can have like a whole social media trail of how this thing was put together.
Because
What does it say?
I could say that, like, if you look at crowdfunding, just CG, okay, just for the hell of it, the books that made the most money weren't ready to go.
That's yeah.
Did you guys hear DC has officially blacklisted CG creators? Anyone
Yep.
who's
Good. I'm very glad that fucking did, because
Yeah, it's official now.
Now I definitely won't get into that pit sore of a publishing house.
Oh, dude, man, when I got a message a long time ago going, you're never working for us now. I'm like, good.
I don't care. I really don't, because I don't want to draw Superman's son. I don't want to draw Robin. I don't want to draw these really badly written things that I see coming out of there. It looks. Imagine a writer hands you the script that's just a whole page full of exposition, that's full of all this lame crap, and then it's like, oh, I've reached my goal. I'm working for this publishing house, but look what I have to draw. I wouldn't want to do that. Would you? No, forget it. I'd much rather. My dream would be just to do my own properties, and that's it. That is a sellout, wanting to work on other people's.
I mean, DC and Marvel are the equivalent of like Walmart, or just a company thing, like a 9-to-5 job for
It's
artists.
it's like going to McDonald's.
Why would you aspire to that?
It's like going to McDonald's. You're getting like cheap commercial, burgers, but what you really want is to go to that burger joint.
Yeah, I mean they're the Walmart compared to, like, say, the mom and pop store.
Mhm.
Why would you want to work for Walmart when you could be the mom and pop store, being your own boss, having your own creativity and your own fun? I mean, why would you be just a cog in the machine, so to speak?
Yeah, exactly. You don't. Your vision. I mean, how much can you actually put in there? I mean, how much? I don't know. You feel like a mercenary in somebody else's war. Doesn't appeal to me. And listen, the page rates and stuff, it doesn't add up. You're not going to become a legend. I think a lot of people think like, okay, fine, I'm going to join DC. I'm going to work on Batman, and everybody will remember me. Do you remember? I've got a very short list of creators that I remember on that title that matter to me. All the rest don't they don't really. I mean, it doesn't stick out of my memory as much, except for like a small handful of people. So having worked on it just doesn't. It doesn't. It's not the accolade that you think it is.
It used to mean something. Right now, there's so many people just like, oh, I've worked for Marvel, I've worked for DC, and it doesn't mean shit anymore because they used to be. They used to mean quality, right? Now it's just like you have Tumblr, you have like people like illustrative art that are very simple and stuff like that, and it's.
Yeah, it's not very rock and roll to me.
Nope.
Give me Boneyard Press before you give me Marvel or DC. Do you remember those guys?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're back now apparently. The guy's doing his own comics again. So that's going to be interesting. Not really my sort of thing, but it's like another voice. I think they were the first ones to issue "Fuck Marvel" T-shirts. Or was it Marvel can suck my dick or something like that? I forget. But they were really just anti Big Two, massively. We need that attitude back into indie comics. Why would you want to be part of a get along gang? You don't have to. Hey, Steve.
Why'd you kick me? Why'd you kick me, Chris?
Ain't nobody kicking you, Steve.
You kicked yourself.
You kicked yourself.
Huh. You don't like front yard, Steve? I got to be inside, Steve.
Everybody
called
likes
him
Steve.
Smoking Steve.
This whole appearance is getting onerous.
Oh gosh, dang, now we're gonna move Steve back up there. Get down there, Sim. There we go.
Oh, don't even move me around. What's up, Chubb?
Yeah, good. Hi, Steve.
I'm all good, man.
I just thought I just ran in here because I saw the link because I was home because I'm never home for this stuff because I'm in a different time zone.
Yeah, right on.
And then I saw I'm actually crashing your party. You're talking about Rocket.
Nah, we're done with that, man. Come on in here and talk up your stuff. We already beat Rocket to death. We can move on.
Don't forget to go buy one.
I wasn't here.
Yeah, everybody buy one. That's my pitch. It's like $20. I mean, it's going to kill you. What? There's my pitch. Yeah. Yeah, we can totally talk about Mary Boys and stuff, man. Yeah.
Don't go out to dinner. Just buy Rocket.
See?
I literally came here because Chris hasn't backed my book yet, so I jump on the stream. Why was
to berate me?
It's like you keep saying you're a fan, that you love my book, and you haven't backed it.
Hang on. I got to go check my backers list. Give me a minute. I'll be back.
And right now it's time for Chubb to call Puppycock.
Hey, I bought some of his art at an auction. I bought the first one. Don't give me shit, Sim. I've supported. I've flashed some green.
He's got a collection of my stuff actually already. No, Chris is the last person I'd give out. Yeah. Speaking of art, yeah, I've got just some original pages.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks gorgeous.
Awesome.
And I got this is the double page spread I posted the other day. And I put this here. The football one.
Oh, look at that.
It's on a board, not paper.
Is that going to be available in the original art tier?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
it'll just be difficult to ship though, because I'll have to figure out how I'm going to pack this. I wasn't thinking about the shipping when I decided to put it on that board because I'm an idiot.
Steve says that's stunning. I know.
That is great work. Yeah, man. I mean, we'll have to see how it goes. I mean, again, I think we could share some other screen at this point, but man, if I get to do some more of these Rocket things, you're the kind of guy that one of these days I'm going to be like, man, how much you going to gouge me for a cover? Because I like that. I really like that style, and I'm trying to do a thing where it's like kind of a funny cover, not making fun, but having fun type of cover.
Having fun.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, man.
That's what we're about.
Yeah, really dig your work.
I almost beat to death, but buy one. Won't kill you, Rocket.
Yeah. See, man, if I had the budget, if I ever get me some budget, I'm hiring that guy. I'm just going to be like, here's a Twitter handle. Just go out there and do that all day. You don't have to be you. Just go do that. I don't know. I don't know how much you'd have to pay somebody to do that, man. You couldn't pay me to do that. But, you know, I got dreams too.
Might cost you to. Might have to pay him quite a bit to get him on Twitter.
Well, I mean, but again, I don't know if the distinction would be. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, social media is the devil. I don't know if you can pay anybody enough. But just gloss over that and move on. But he's doing a great job. I appreciate all your help so while. Put up the pin.
Would you just pay somebody to
Yeah.
run the social media account? Yeah. I'm trying to get the wife to do that actually. I'm trying to fob that bet off to the missus.
Dude, does that work?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Me, I'm thinking of training my kids.
Well, dress them as Santa's elves and have them.
You want some money every week?
Yeah.
You like being on your phone? I can't get you off. Might as
Yeah,
well make it like.
Hey, you promote my comic or I send you up the chimney. You know. Okay. You know, you want to get fed? Mow the lawn. Promote my book. Yeah.
Indies for the win. That's right. Pattinson looks more like the Batman who last actual Batman. I haven't
I don't
seen
know how I
any
feel
of that.
about that. Yeah. I mean, I think I pretty much agree. I think it's gonna. I don't know, man. Maybe it'll be all right.
I don't know, like the feel of it looks, okay, but the way that Patterson fights, he punches like a girl.
Yeah, I don't think he's the right guy.
Like even when he gets
I don't-
mad and he does that mean face and he punches that glass there, you're like, ow, that probably hurt your wrist.
Yeah, but mind you, like when Michael Keaton was Batman, his fighting, his fighting just didn't look right. He looked a bit more like Adam West when he was fighting. Everything was
yeah.
Or just he got,
Yeah,
can't
it
turn
looks
his head.
stiff.
Yeah,
but
but he was shitting in the moves too. Yeah.
I like.
Yeah, I gotta agree. It was okay for its time, but yeah, Bell and what's his face did two distinctly different things, but they were they had some.
I didn't care much about the Bell Batman, to be honest.
I like the first one. The rest, not so much.
Like
I don't know if I love the. I don't know if I love
as
the whole approach, but
the first one passes as the origin, like Batman Year One type.
Yep.
Because you're like, okay, that makes sense. He's a bit of a rough guy. He's still pissed. He's still But then they kept going with more of the rich, pissed off brat instead of being the smart
I like
guy.
the first one by far the
know.
best. Second one was all right, and the third one was a little bit excruciating. That was some bullshit.
The second movie should have been where you see him grow as the detective. You know what I mean?
I know a thing or three about knee injuries, and that's not how they work. So give me a fucking break. Also, back injuries. So there's that one too. Yeah, and the third one's kind of crap. But
The only Batman stuff that I really like outside of like the animated things is like Adam West Batman and Arnold Schwarzenegger for Mr.
Right.
Chill. I love it.
Isn't that far off, to be honest with you? Adam West.
Bam.
Started going
Right
really
there.
Yeah, the
How
last
dare
Batman
you? Adam
was-
West Batman was peak male performance. Exactly. How dare you talk trash about
especially
Adam
when he
West
did the
Batman?
bat dance.
I want to see, like I keep saying, I want to see a
Yeah.
Batman done in the universe of the recent Joker movie. That's what I want to see.
I think Sim's right. I think the Batusi is that's peak testosterone.
Yeah, Dirty Harry Batman. That's what I want.
Yeah.
The Dark
Yeah.
Knight.
Well, I mean, Affleck was probably the.
He was the top. He was the top. To me, it's Keaton followed by him.
Well, I really don't
You-
like the third Bale movie, but the first couple, the first one in itself will be fine. And I don't know. I mean, you obviously can't have continuity over the entire universe with different actors and all that other stuff.
Yeah, I'll
but
just say the
I can
warehouse.
I can buy Affleck as the Dark Knight type of.
Yeah, I'll just say the warehouse scene is the best Batman action piece we've ever seen on film.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I did see some images from the Pattinson. I guess it's the trailer. I do not. I hated his look of Bruce Wayne. Just from the.
I never liked the casting. The very first.
With the guy liner. When he takes the mask
Yeah,
off,
like,
these
he looks
emo eyes.
ridiculous there.
I never liked the casting, and then the first clip that maybe I just remember it this way because where I'm coming from. But the first clip I saw was that deal in the cemetery where, I mean, I'm sure it's not Pattinson, but I'm wondering. I mean, quite frankly, I'm available if you need somebody to ride your motorcycle and not crash it in the rain. But that's the first thing that I saw was the guy comes in and utterly misuses the front brake, stabs the back, and then just slides it into the curb. And I'm like, that ain't my Bruce Wayne. That damn sure ain't my Batman. Why are you showing me this? Burn that footage, you know. So yeah, right off the bat was poison for me.
I think the Riddler looks dumb in this new film.
Yeah.
Just nothing really appealed to me.
I don't know. I dig the alternate universe thing in the comics. You know, I'm actually old school enough where I saw everything was fine, and then they did the crisis story, and then fucking anyway. Let's not get bogged off in complete nerdville, but I like the multiple universe thing in the DC universe. I'm good with it. I was okay when Jeff Jones brought it back. Some of it was a little ham-fisted, but the I don't know if I dig it in the movies, but I don't know. Go figure that distinction. But
my favorite Batman was the Alan Grant run, I think, and that's not just because he's an excellent Judge Dredd writer, but it was just fun, self-contained stories, nothing from outside. And he made up a whole cast of really interesting new villains, and of course he had Norm Brayfogle on art duties. You can't go wrong. That's my favorite sort of era, late 80s to I think it was to about 94 or something when Shadow of the Bat.
yeah, I think that's really good stuff.
Yeah, that was excellent. I love that.
Yeah.
And of course, the Frank Miller stuff I really like.
Yeah.
Who is your favorite Batman villain, Chuck?
Favorite Batman villain? That's a tough one. I think it's the ventriloquist, actually.
Yes.
The first one, not the following bloody three. But the first one was. It's just that. But you know why? But that's classic Alan Grant, and that's the stuff that you saw in the first 10 years of Judge Dredd.
Yes, my favorites was either the ventriloquist or Scarface, or not. God, what am I saying? Ventriloquist or Oh my gosh! Now it just popped out of my head. Yeah, I think it'd probably be ventriloquist. Probably my favorite.
I think the Grant era was really good. For the most part, enjoyed the Dixon era, except for there was a fuckload of interweaving amongst the titles and all that to stay abreast of that story. That was a bit of a pain in the ass. I like the Jim Lee Hush stuff quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I like No Man's Land with Dixon. There's been a lot of. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. I really didn't like. Really, Snyder's Court of Owls. I didn't. I love that. I didn't love it.
I picked it up just to see where things were at now, and I was like, no, what is this crap?
There's this. It's all of a sudden there's this layer of continuity that we didn't know about for the last 60 years. I mean, I ain't been reading it that long, but I was reading it as a kid when it was the Neil Adams era, and I'm just like, what? There's all of a sudden
it was also the setup to show that Bruce's Wayne parents weren't that good.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't want that.
Like Bruce Wayne's parents were supposed to be the light, like the uncorrupted in the corrupt city.
I didn't really see the writing on the wall at that point, but Snyder's run with all that Cordell shit was pretty close to the end of me doing my regular Wednesday. I'm gonna go fucking blow a lot of money here because that was at that point it was the Batman titles was maybe the only thing that was keeping me going because all the other shit had went to shit. All the only thing that was I know my enthusiasm was on the wane. I didn't really like that.
The only thing enjoyable from the New 52, because that's pretty much what killed a lot of people from buying comics.
Yeah, that was the first.
It was just the beginning of Batman and Justice League. Like just the few first issue were interesting, but then There's a reason why they wiped everything out pretty goddamn quick. Didn't last long.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll never work for that company, even if I wanted to.
That company is about not to exist soon. They're all selling assets and being bought now.
Yeah. Oh well, if that Curry, what was he? Curry, what was his name? What's his name? That one Vertigo editor or whatever. He's probably the one trying to threaten people with this non-existent sort of nonsense. It's funny. I don't care. Yeah. Yeah.
It's bizarre.
Yeah, and don't forget also those mainstream companies. There's a big reason why they're trying to change a whole bunch of characters, right?
Yeah.
They're getting to the end of the limit that they can to keep those rights without paying the families. This is like one of the things that people are talking about, but not much. But the Ditko estate trying to claim back Spider-Man.
Yeah, that was a bit of a, I didn't think about it until Ethan mentioned it, but it is true. That's why they got Miles Morales. That's why they came up with this.
That's why they're doing all this shit. Superman, the Shuster family too, like the Superman family, the both estate. One's Canadian and one's American.
Yeah. But it's all pointless because I mean that's not you always will think of Superman as Clark Kent, and that's what he looks like.
Let's be honest here. They should have, if it wasn't of Disney and all those big companies changing the rules in America, meaning Canada, the US, because for the rest of the world, they would all be public domain by now.
Yeah.
Or, reverted to their families until they go public domain. That's how it's supposed to work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Disney's pulled shenanigans on that for years and years and years.
Yeah, they stretched it to 75, and they were trying to push for 100 years now, and that didn't pass, I think.
Yeah, what's it currently, 95 years or something?
Wasn't it 75?
It's 70 years in the UK and Europe because it's harmonized between us and Europe still. But US is 90 years or 95 years, I think. It's a bit different. After the creator dies. So Batman is still going to be but even after Batman, with the copyright falls into the public domain, it's going to start with the earliest comics.
Yeah.
So you won't be able to use any of those or the villains or anything, all the stuff that
No, but you can use the Batman with the gun though.
Oh yeah, that's what I want. And Batman's trademark. So that's another thing. The trademark is going to go. So you can call it. What are you going to call it? If you wouldn't call it Batman, you could do a Batman comic, but you can't call it Batman. What are you going to call it? What will be the title? What will be the title of your book? So what would you call it?
What would I call it?
Detective Comics number 27.
That's definitely trademark.
You call it the Bat Dick.
Bruce's problem. Bruce's habit.
Yeah.
Soul says Steve Dye doesn't blow a lot of money on Batman anymore, so he can bring you Rocket, the magazine.
He's on it.
Yeah. Mr. Fist says he backed Rocket weeks ago. He can't wait to dive into it.
Indeed. Yeah. Thank you, Chris. I saw
When's
you.
It coming
Appreciate
out?
you, brother.
When's it coming out, Steve?
Yeah. I mean, I'd only hope to go 30 days. I really need to raise a little bit more money. So everybody out there, just buy the stupid thing. It'll kill you. There's my pitch. But the first 30 days are up on Wednesday, and I may or may not extend because the whole business model, in it as much as it may or may not succeed, is predicated on doing it as a periodical and putting it out. I don't know for sure based on the reaction to this one. I had slightly higher hopes, but I'm still tentatively planning on doing another one. And if I'm going to do that, well, if I'm going to do it, Billy Tucci told me that he'd be willing to be in it, and Fraga told me he'd be in it, and so I'll line up another little, So anyway, yeah, I don't mean to meander, but I'm still intent on getting it out this year, and it's basically done, other than things that we've already touched on.
And I'm trying to convince him to put a digital copy on.
That's
Digital is weird. I mean, Maybe for the magazine, but I know that for comics, like because I did digital on my previous campaign, and people just aren't that interested.
No, because they want your art in their hands.
Yeah, they want Chubb in
Mhm.
their hands.
It's a dual-edged sword for me, I think, in that I don't. I'm not a big fan of digital personally. Clearly, I'd like
Me
to sell
neither.
as many copies as possible. I would certainly have to charge as much for the digital as I would for an actual book. I mean, there wouldn't be shipping tacked on top of it. But I'm also in a rather curious position where like when Sim makes his comics, it's basically Sim, or he might have a colorist, or he's got Dave doing the lettering, or whatever. But it's his.
Yep.
I mean, Rocket is certainly mine, but it also involves contributions from a lot of different people. And some of them are fine with digital, and some of them are not so fine with digital. And, with due respect to a lot of moving pieces, and I don't want to, yeah, I got to respect everybody's wishes, and there's a lot of wishes involved. So
That's it.
it's
Yeah,
an
yeah.
interesting deal. It's not like I got an artist, a writer, and a colorist, and a letterer. That's the creative team. I've got, I don't know, about 16 of those all told. And so there it is.
Yeah.
I think that I will maybe eventually make a digital available, but only after every backer and everybody that might purchase it in its physical form has one.
Like Christine Werner is saying, the shipping from the U.S. has gone up so much; it's a real pain in the butt.
It's a freaking nightmare. I didn't want to ship internationally, and I didn't initially. And then everybody was like, and I've got a few sales, and I'm very, very happy that the people in their respective countries wanted to buy it. But even after researching more than I wanted to, the current mailing and this and that, and even whatever, I'm going to lose a little bit of money by selling internationally. I want everybody to be able to get it. I mean, again, I would hope everybody appreciates books in physical form and not just digitally.
That's it.
Yeah.
Christine said, sorry, what were you saying, Chubb?
Sorry, I was just gonna confirm what you were saying. It's just that stops me from backing a lot of stuff. Just it just stings when it's that much.
I really appreciate. I do. Sorry, Sam. I'll let you talk in a minute.
No, it's okay.
I do really appreciate the international backers that I do have, and God love you for being willing to pay the freight because, I'm not in a position to subsidize it. I had to be as real as I could be, and a couple of those rates have turned upside down now to the point where I'm like, shit. Okay. Yeah, but
we need comic shops.
Well, like
shops, or we need. Sorry, it was some
No, that's okay. I was just gonna say, like I was saying before, like I agree with you, Chubb. It's like I'm in Canada, so every book I back, right, it comes with an extra $20-$25 shipping. And dude, I'm not even there's no ocean, there's no big chasm separating me from the U.S. You know what I mean? It's like
the Canadian border is particularly infuriating because it's just like it's the difference between. Yeah. So if you're in Michigan, you're in Wisconsin. Oh yeah, there's a body of water in between them. Oh wait, there's no body of water between Canada and. Yeah.
And I think that's why CG picked up pretty well because that's what we picked up. We picked up on. We're like, we're gonna have to charge you $25 shipping. We don't want to sell you a 20-page floppy. That's gonna be $10 plus 25. We need to make it worth your while.
Yeah.
So that's why it started with 48, and now we're pretty much all in the 50, 60 page where I think it was the best idea because Chubb knows also because he buys European comic as well. We're used to paying like $20 to $25 a book for a between 50 to 60 page, I would say. Chubb, I think, yeah. And it's like the European comic. We have a hardcover usually, but at the UK you have soft covers too, and they're a bit cheaper, right? They're going in like 16 or something, I think.
Yep.
But trying to be able to have a book that we can sell you for like 25, so it goes with the, it's not that much of a difference with the shipping, but the shipping is so hard to do anything with it. Like from all the research and that I've done, it's the two ways of doing it, right? It's like me and Beacon are doing. We're doing bulk shipment to each other, so we can reduce the shipping between Canada and the U.S. So that's why we can charge $15, because what I do is I prep my orders, put them in boxes, send it as one bulk shipment, goes to him in like 2 to 3 days, and then he remails it. So I cut down on the expenses. But now you will have to be able to do that everywhere, right? To be able to reduce it in the UK and everywhere. We need somebody that we can rely on. And let's say me and Chubb, we do it. I send him some boxes of my book. He sends me boxes of his book. I reship. I give him the receipt. He sends me the money. Bingo. The other way, it's like the big guys are doing. It's when you get big and you do a lot of delivery, and it's a constant thing throughout the year. Let's say you do 2 big shipment a year. Well, there you register yourself a small business. You go to the post office and you open yourself like not the governmental post office. You go to, like me, it's Purolator, some it's UPS. You get yourself a business account, and they'll offer you 40 to 50% off shipping international.
If you're a big guy, if you can make up the numbers, we were looking into that. It all depends on. It's just a numbers game if you can do that.
It's an
But right
economy
now, like
scale
I'm not
thing,
that
true.
big, but Purolator is offering me like 30% discount for my bulk shipment.
Adds up.
And now they said 40% because I did the last one successfully. So it's you try to have it. That's how I've been able to save with bulk shipment, because otherwise it would cost me over $1,000 to send that bulk shipment.
Yeah.
So it's the pointers I give people. That's how it works. It's quantity, right? So if you any business, if you go or you go, I ship that many book, they offer you good deals. So it's either we make a lot of money and we sell a lot of copies, so we can have good deals and we can keep it constant, because it has to be constant.
Yeah.
Or people like me and Beacon helping each other out like that. So you have a good friend that's in another country. Well, team up with them.
Yeah, it's all a brave new world, Wild West out there at the moment. But it's going to have to happen. It's the numbers thing. It's the one thing I don't like about crowdfunding. It's the numbers thing. Fine. A lot of people make a lot of money. They get very successful in that sense. But the numbers of people who actually read the comics, it's lower than the worst selling sort of indie book. Well, indie books in the 90s, sort of thing. You'll run about 5,000 comics, and that would be typical. You would sell out 5,000 comics. That's it. Now, if you've done well, I think I did 570 on my last campaign. That's a 10th.
Yeah. If you did 5,000 in this market, it'd be it'd be pretty great, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the same customers. It's not the same customer market. That's the thing. So when we have to figure out how to breach that gap. I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure how, but
I think a lot of us are. I would definitely like to be offering Rocket. I really want to be able to get the $15 price. As much as I crunched the numbers,
yeah,
I couldn't see where And as it is,
15 is like, to me, 15 shipping is it's a good deal, right? It's like it's not that much expensive. Like it cost me $12 Canadian to ship a mailer in Canada, so that I can send it to you for $15. To me, it's like, hey, we're good.
Yeah.
If everybody could do a $15 shipping for like a 40 to 60 or me 80-page book, oh, you're good, as long as you don't go over that 500 I think grams, I think it is. Because when you go over that 500 gram, it doubles internationally. You'll go from like something costing you 22 to 44.
Yeah, no, I'm concerned with that. So,
Chris.
Yeah, but that's weight. I don't think your magazine's gonna be that heavy.
I sure hope not.
Chris, I'm looking at that pile of books you've got there to your right. I've been eyeing that up now for a whole show. What is that?
He has the Slain rule book, dude, for the D&D game.
That's Slain.
And I'm like,
oh,
he bought it to piss me off. I'm like, send it to me, we could play. And he's like, nope.
Yeah, that's just a.
He's not gonna play it. He's just bought it to.
I've never seen it. I've heard about it, but okay, you're on top of it.
Yeah, found it at a con. Just to get under Sim's skin.
See, told you.
Because I don't even have Rune Quest or whatnot. I don't have none of that. I just have the Pathfinder, Warhammer 40K, and Warhammer Fantasy core books. But I was like, well, I'll get this. Yeah, it's got art in it and stuff.
Who are the arts? Is it Bisley? Is it Powers?
Don't know. I don't know who's done the art in this book.
Who cares?
It's got art in it and stuff, man.
Not better at all.
Says the cover art is Clint Langley. Interior illustrations is Clint Langley, Massimo Bellardinelli.
Yeah, he was the first. He was first slain artist.
Yep.
Yeah.
And also the artist of ABC Warrior.
Yeah, he was on that. He was on a bunch of things. Ace Trucking Company. Yeah, he did a lot for 2000 AD.
And I got my Grave Robbers sitting here I need to read. And I got a bunch of different stuff sitting here in a pile. The people I need to reach out to have on the show, all that.
Johnny Cage, Chris barely reads the regular books he buys. You think he's gonna play that? No, that's what I'm saying.
I read more books than you all know.
I've got the same problem. I buy a lot of books and I don't bloody read them because I just don't have time. And there's books I really want to read. I just don't make the time to read them.
So saying to Steve, can the cash grab campaign give you a shout out in an update or something like that? A lot of campaigns do that are less related.
I believe I'll be streaming with Cecil on the next day or three. So
cool. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can tune into that.
And Art's in there too, featuring his stuff. He's got he does a show quite regularly.
Yeah, no, I'd be happy. Yeah, anybody, yeah, I'd be happy to. Yeah.
Let's see.
I'm not always real comfortable with like asking people, and I know that's part of what you got to do.
I got the same problem. I got exactly the same.
Yeah.
I hate that. I always think to myself, damn. I'm always like thinking, should I get my own damn show going? They don't want to ask me. But
That's why I gave you the rule of going at least you ask once and that's it.
Yeah, more than twice. This makes me really uncomfortable. I don't even like asking in the first place.
Can I come on your show? Can I come on now? Did you get my message?
Yeah.
Oh, please. It'll be ever so nice. Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah. Well, that's there again. I don't play that. I probably could have been a little more proactive in reaching out and saying, "Hey, you remember when I helped you with whatever the fuck it was you were doing? That'd be a good time to have me on your stupid show." But I wasn't real proactive with that. But yeah, I got a few things coming up. So I'll be out there kicking it, and like I always say, just buy it. Come on, not that hard.
Just do it.
Support my ongoing efforts. I'll be able to put more creators out there for other people to see. It'll be a fun ride.
Christine saying, "I'm guilty of having a pile of CG books I haven't read yet." Yeah, me too.
But it's also the collector's thing about CG books, because I mean, you've paid a premium for them. You want to keep them in good nick. So when you read them, how are you going to read them? Because everybody's got that taking the speculator's approach to this to a degree. I don't really. I read the stuff when I get time, but I think there's a lot of people who put them away and just never touch them, because of that.
Yeah, I think there's an element of that.
I think so.
Oh man.
It's always really difficult to wrap your head around how other people are going to, come at some. I mean, to me, books are to read, but to another guy, they are to collect. And that's all the way down to, to me, trading cards. I'm like, I don't really care, but to other people, they're like, that's stuff to collect. So it's important. Neither one's right or wrong, but it's hard to suss out.
But what I'll say though is make sure to stay in low cost extras until maybe like a really high stretch goal, because you'll see it goes fast, and that's why Oh, my advice is always to stick with either trading cards, small prints the size of a comic that goes in the back and board with them, and they're cheap. You can do in color, black and white. You can do postcards. You can do all type of stuff. You keep them simple. Those patches and stuff should be when you make over 15K because you'll see how fast it eats your profit. And
Sure.
the idea for people doing campaign is to finance make their money back, hopefully make some money off of it that goes in the investment of the next one.
Trading cards, I haven't looked at it at all. It's hard to find a place in the UK that does trade because we don't have that culture. It's like it's from baseball cards, right? So we don't really have. I'll speak to Charlie's London because she's on a card for her campaign. But
there's a whole bunch of websites that make them. Me, I just made a regular old classic type of sketch trading card from back in the day, printed on my printer that prints my book.
Well, they're relatively cheap to do for sure. Yeah.
Depends
And
what you want to do
and
with
they
them.
apparently add value for some people. That's there again. Yeah, it's difficult for me to really see it, but they're certainly not expensive to do.
Yeah. It's all about being on brand too. I mean,
and it's trying to do different things like like me on this one, right? The one I gave away with the book, instead of being one with the stats in the back, I put it where it's white and I could sign them all. So all the trading cards are signed in the back. So you have the front picture, and then you turn around and it's white with my signature. I just thought that would be different. Everybody has a card that I sign, and it's like the old concept art of Nat the Merc.
Yeah,
I thought that was a cool idea. Some people are doing just stats in the back. Some people are doing a D&D stat in the back, so people can play their characters in D&D.
I see. Okay. See, that's something that's a total
There
different.
was what's the name of I forgot his name. That did the night in space there. Oro, Color Oro.
Oh yeah. Death Sworn.
He had sorry, I had Sunsworn in my head, but yeah. He made his trading card. What he had was a simple fighting game based on a simple card game. That the stronger card win type of thing.
Oh yeah. Like those. Yeah, we used to have them as kids. There's vital statistics of each character.
You can just have fun. I mean, one of the things I've always thought is, we could all have like a basic type of stat that a fighting card type of thing that we can just share around with basic rule, and people can put them for the campaign, so everybody can make their own CG fighting card game. That would be a cool thing.
I'd like to make a card set that looked like beer coasters, or they can be beer.
Yeah,
that'll be like on brand and all that.
The Merry Boys, coasters.
Yeah. Listen, guys, I got to jump off. I got to go get some supper. But
we need to wrap this up.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
I'm struggling. I'm starting to struggle here. I need to go to bed.
Been here all
I'm not feeling good.
All right. Yeah, no.
So
good talking to you, man. Good luck with everything. Yeah.
Let's see. So thanks everybody for tuning in the chat.
Don't forget to sub, like, and share.
That's right. And don't forget to check out Rocket and Merry Boys.
Cool.
Like I said, Mr. Chubb, I will get a hold of you and we'll set up a special stream for yourself.
Awesome.
All right. All right. We'll see you all on the next one.